Hey guys, this is Mark Richmond from Chef Knives To Go. I'm going to unpack and set up a really popular item on our website. It's the strop set that we sell, and it's pretty easy to do, but when you're new to sharpening or you're inexperienced with using strops, I just thought this would be a good idea to show you how to get this set up and ready for use. So when you get the product, we just recently added an extra diamond paste. We're doing the 1 micron and the 1/2 micron diamond paste, and they come in these tubes. You also have 2 different substrates. This one is balsa wood and this is leather. And then you can see that these have magnets on the back that are stuck onto the strop. And also we have a strop base, and this is basically just a big piece of metal with some feet on it so that it's nice and stable, and it'll help you keep the strops on the table with the magnets and makes it nice and easy. So just take this off. I would recommend you save the bags, maybe not for the base, but for the strops for sure. It keeps them from getting dirty. And this is how you would set this up. I would recommend, there's no rhyme or reason really to which strop you would use with which paste. Do either. Just seems logical, since this has a little bit of texture to it and this one's pretty smooth, that the more textured one would have the grittier paste. So we're going to use the 1 micron paste on the balsa, and we're going to use the 1/2 micron paste on the leather. So just stick it on there. And I recommend not using a ton of this stuff. It goes a long ways, and you don't want to get it, like, you don't want a big thick layer of it. You want it to kind of interact with the substrate. So what I would recommend you do is just start to squeeze it out and dot it all over the place. Nice and light. Okay, I used about 1% of this stuff. Then you can use almost anything. You use your finger if you wanted to, but I don't like getting the paste all over my fingers, so I'm going to use the back of this spoon. I'm just going to rub it on there. Just rub it enough to spread it out. And you can see that it's not fully covered, which is what I want. And set it aside. I would give this maybe 20 minutes to dry. You can see there's still some on here. If you want to be a little more thorough than I was, go right ahead. Give it nice coverage. There we go. Okay, so same thing with the leather. We're going to take our 1/2 micron here. Okay, that seems good. Just going to wipe this off. I don't think it makes a big difference, but you want to keep the 1/2 micron on one and the 1 micron on the other. There we go. Same deal. This stuff, this diamond paste will harden and when it dries. So you want it to kind of be, doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, but you want it smooth, a little smoother than like leaving the dots on there, because it would bump into the knife. So that's it for that. So I'm done. Let's make believe it's 20 minutes. And this is all nice and dry. Here's how you strop a knife. Stropping is basically fine level sharpening. So when I strop my knife, I do it 2 times. I use it for touch-ups in between real sharpening with stones and all that. I also use it for finishing an edge after I sharpen. So finishing and then in between. And it's the same process. You're going to be swiping the blade across the strop at approximately the same angle that you sharpen your knife. Okay? And we're just going to lay it on there. Nice and easy. And stroke like that. I usually do it faster than this, but I want to go slow so that you can see what I'm doing. You want to make sure you're having contact all the way up through the tip, and that requires you to start at about this angle. And then as you move right toward the curve of the tip, you want to lift a little bit to keep that edge right on the strop at about the same angle, like that. Okay? And then you want to turn over and do the same thing. Now you can see that this is not dry, and you can see the paste is collecting on the edge. And that's one good reason why you wouldn't want to do this when it's wet. You'll end up scraping it off kind of, but it doesn't matter that much. Okay, how long do you do this? It's up to you. I would probably, to start, I would probably do maybe 10 one side, 10 the other, 6, 6, 2, 2, 1, 1. Something like that. If you get bored, you can do less. But that'll give you enough strokes to let the diamond paste do its work. And you'd be surprised how well this works. It made more of a difference to me when I started stropping, when I learned to sharpen, in terms of ultimate sharpness than anything else. It makes a big difference. You'll see. So once you're done with that, wipe off your blade, especially if there's compound on there. I'm going to do it again. You'll feel the reason why we did 2 different strops is we wanted you to try how the different ones feel. And my personal favorite is leather, this stuff right here. The balsa has a nice feel to it too. Some people prefer it, so this way you get to try both. And in the future, you will probably find one that you like and you'll stick to it. One last thing, when you're stropping, don't push toward forward. This is, you're almost all going to do it, but you'll cut your strop if you push into it. So you have to place it down, draw it through. Place it down, draw it through. It's very, very common and to cut your strop at the edges when you first put it down. If you do that, you know, don't call 911. It's no big deal. You'll just end up cutting up the strop. And I'm sure if I turn around to my normal one, this is all loaded up. I've been using this for years. You can see these cuts up here. So I do it too. Also, if the magnet starts to come off, not a big deal. There's a little stickum on there. You can always glue it with a little bit of crazy glue and stick it back on there. So that's it. Hope you have fun with stropping and enjoy it. Have a nice day. I'm Mark Richmond. Stay sharp.